Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Ginger's Corner, Scraps to Embellishment, Secret Santa, 12 Days of Christmas. And today's day 11, so it's 11 pipers piping, so it's to create a Christmas horn or pipe. And I thought I'd use this old and much loved die, and I'm going to use that little circle right there. And on this one, I'm going to use the inside of the ears. Well, one of them. I won't be using both of them. But both will get cut out because it's all on one die. But I am also going to use Peace on Earth from that Tim Holtz die set and this little Christmas tree right here. And I did pull some scraps to use. There's two different kinds of gold in that stack. And so one I'm going to use for the wings and the other one for my horn. And I showed there that I went ahead and pulled the embossing folder out so that I can emboss the wings. And one thing about the really old dies, they don't have all the pieces for the layers, so you got to make them. So you want a base, and the angel, the whole thing got cut out with it so that I would have the base. And I am cutting off. Well, I think the hands is the only thing I do cut off. Although I was tempted to cut the feet off and redo them, but I was able to trim it on the perforated edges pretty close, so I did not end up doing that. I used the feet that were there. This paper here is gold speckled. It's the gold, it's like the mirrored gold on there, but it's just speckles on it. And I thought instead of just a plain white dress that I would use it. And I'm trying to cut the dress to fit. And the first time I cut there, I cut it a little bit too straight. I felt like I was on a curve, but I wasn't, so I had to go ahead and redo that. And this Sizzix die, like I said, it's only one layer. However, I really, really love those dies. I have quite a few, and I use them every now and then, and I love making Christmas cards with this little angel, and so does the grandkids. But I do have everything prepared when they are helping me. So it is like they have a set of layered dies. And I'm cutting the hair here. This is a thin pattern paper. It has like, oh, well, it kind of looks like fibers in it. So it's not exactly just a plain yellowish color. And I thought it would work really good for the hair. And I'm using, close to my heart, parchment paper. I've had it ink. It's parchment paper ink. And I've had it a long time, and it seemed to go really good with this compared to my other inks. And so I am inking like the whole body just in case some of it shows on the layer. And then I'm going to like ink the dress and the hair and everything too. I didn't want like the edge on the bottom showing. Y'all have all probably done this before. But anyway, I'm inking everything with it and making it a wee bit vintage. And I did use the ATG gun there to put that on because I thought I might have to move it around, especially if I end up trimming like I did on that wing there. And so I wanted to be able to move it around easily. And the hair, I put quite a bit of ink on it just so it'd show up over everything else because it is going to go over the head, over the wing, over the dress, and I wanted it to stand out a bit. It's not very thick, it's a thin piece of paper, and so I was kind of helping it out, giving it a little bit more ink. Oh, here's my tree. I'm going to use it for my Christmas horn, and I kind of wish it curved the other way, but it don't. And so I decided I liked it anyway. And I started to cut that star off. I did cut it a tiny, tiny bit. But then I thought, oh, what am I doing cutting that off? That would make a good anchor to glue to the back of her head. So I didn't cut it off after all. I did cut the base of the tree off. And the little inside of the ear, I laid it up against the die to decide if maybe it would work. And it worked better than I thought. I mean, the curve was exactly the same, and so it fit right where I wanted it. But I needed something to glue it to, and I thought about just getting some white. But then I decided if I was going to trim it and it matched my gold, that I'd go ahead and use the gold. Even though I was thinking mirrored gold cardstock, sometimes it takes a little longer to dry when you put that wet glue on there, but it worked out pretty good. I'm just freehanding a hand here, and I'm not going to have the thumb yet, but I'm going to cut one, and it's just going to be so tiny. But I'm going to manage to ink it. I will have to use my little tweezers to put it on there, and because my hands were just way too big. But the thumb is going to go on there so you can see it helping hold the horn there. And yeah, and that tiny piece to be inking. And I did make it a bit longer so it has something to glue to the hand and the sleeve there. I'm not sure what I glued it to, but I glued it to something. And this is that ring off that car set, and I'm thought about just cutting half. My square of scrap was pretty small, but the whole thing fit on there, and I thought, well, I'm going to just go ahead and cut the whole thing. I might need the other half for something else. I usually lay bits and pieces that I have left over that I think I might use over in this little bowl, and they come in pretty handy here and there. Although I glued the hand to the handle of the horn, I didn't glue it to the arm until I was sure where I was going to have it at. And then I'm just going to, here I'm getting the tweezers. Here, I'm going to put it on the back so you can see the horn when you're looking at it. Well, the thumb. You'll still see the horn too, but the thumb when you're looking at it. But I cut Peace on Earth out of the Tim Holtz. I think they're called phrase stickers for Christmas or whatever, maybe holiday words. Anyway, I cut out Peace on Earth in a dark green, and I'm just going to add it to the front of the angel. And I didn't use liquid glue. I used some adhesive that they can be removed in case you wanted to put something else there or not have it on there. But yeah, like I said, I've had this forever, and it's just as cute as it can be. But make sure you check out the links down there below with the Facebook link for the group in case you want to be in on some swaps, and also the playlist for everything everybody else has created. So lots of inspiration down there below. But I hope you all have a happy scrappy week and one more day of the hop. Bye.